Hey, welcome to Genre Exposure, a film podcast. Join us as we explore the wide world of cinema, broaden our horizons one movie at a time. I'm one of your hosts, Dustin, and as usual, I am here with Jason.
Hey, everybody.
What is up, my dude?
Doing good here. Well, it's horrible. I was just telling you how bad I'm doing. Not that it's bad. It's just a very busy time of year for my work. There's a lot going on.
The sun's trying to kill us.
The sun's trying to kill us. The world's falling apart. Everything fucking sucks. But here we are, and we're watching movies. We're going to joke and have fun and try to do what little bit we can to help those out there get by for just a little bit longer.
It's all we got.
That's it, man.
It is.
That's it.
Today we're talking about Shoot to Kill from the 80s, because you selected, of course.
1988, to be exact.
Yep. Directed by Roger Spottiswoode, who, when I say that name, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I know him.
You do.
But you definitely know him. Terror Train, Tomorrow Never Dies, The Sixth Day. He's done a bunch of other ones, but those were the ones that like stuck out to me.
Yeah, and he's a better director than a lot of the movies he's done. It's kind of a shame he hasn't gotten a bit more notable films. Mm-hmm. And I would say Tomorrow Never Dies is probably the best of the Brosnan films for me. I know everyone loves GoldenEye.
I love GoldenEye, but that one's my second favorite.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's hard not to.
I rewatched them all a couple of years ago, and I was never a big fan of the Brosnan films. But in the rewatch, that's the one I enjoyed the most.
It's got a cool plot, like with the villains, like the media mogul guy.
Right, and it's kind of prescient. I mean, that's where we fucking are today. It's
controlling the media and information and stuff.
Fucking frightening. And Michelle Yeoh's in it, so there's a bit more action.
She's great in it, too. Yeah. Fun sequel.
Yeah, definitely.
But before we get into this movie, which is very interesting, I'm going to say. It's got some genre blending going on.
It does, man.
Which is, a thing we love here in our name, Genre Exposure. But we're going to talk about what we've been watching. I've seen some cool stuff, some interesting things.
Okay.
And we're also part of the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, and we love it. And there's all kinds of other cool shows that you could be listening to, checking out, finding interesting hobby-related things, whether that's film or toy collecting or all kinds of different stuff. Star Wars now on the crew there.
Yep.
Go check them out, show them love, find you cool things to listen to help you get through the day and pass the time, to get to the fun shit that you really enjoy. Now, that being said, what have you been watching, my friend?
Okay, well, one of the movies I had watched recently, I don't think I've gotten a chance to talk about here, but was The Demon's Rook.
The Demon's Rook. I don't know what that is.
From 2013. I will give you the synopsis.
Okay.
A young boy named Roscoe finds a portal to another world where he is taught magic by an elder demon known as Dimwas. Dimwas raises the boy into manhood, revealing to him many secrets. Yeah. Dustin's giving me a puzzled look, a skeptical look. So this is 2013. It's very, very much a kind of a backyard horror film, right? Mm-hmm. Took him a couple of years to make it. Shooting on the weekends, getting all of his friends involved. It was actually a lot of it was shot in Noonan, Georgia, where I have some in-laws living. So Roscoe, he grows up basically in hell, and he's like learning all these magic powers and stuff like that. But he kind of fucks up this one time and unleashes these demons on the world. Okay. So he has to go back and try.
It just seems so ambitious to be
It's very ambitious.
A little regional thing.
It is very ambitious, and it doesn't exactly succeed on everything it's trying to do. Okay. I mean, a lot of the acting is a little questionable, but it's really pretty fun, and it has some really good special effects. I definitely suggest checking it out if you like these types of movies. It is it looks pretty good. There's a lot of different, like, very Argento-esque different colors here and there.
Oh, busting out the big names, okay.
Yeah. They're definitely trying to evoke that whole Italian cinema look.
Okay.
It's probably more ambitious than anything. It doesn't quite live up to what it wants to do, but man, you got to give them props for just going for it. Sadly, I don't think the director has gone on to do a lot else.
No, he had like 3 or 4 other films on Letterboxd when I checked.
But I mean, if you gave him a budget and stuff, I think he'd do a really good job. So it's kind of sad. I recommend it. I think it was streaming on Shudder, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Man, it's a fun little movie. Got some good gore. Got some some fun, got a little bit of nudity, some hot Georgia goth chicks getting
Got some
naked in one
tits, got
scene.
some gore. What more are you asking
What
for?
the fuck more do you want, man? It's got a cool title, The Demon's Rook. That's a cool title. Yeah, check it out.
Okay.
Other things I've been watching, mostly TV stuff. Finished up House of the Dragon, which I like a lot. I think it's very good. I was happy with the ending. It's got one more season apparently. Then they're wrapping it all up.
Oh no! But how will they make more? He hasn't written more books yet.
Well, they still got the Night of the Seven Kingdoms show going on.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
but no, it's good. There's just one scene in one of the last episodes where there was just like 3 or 4 dragons fighting at the same time. And it's horrible because it's like when your cat's get in a fight or something and you just want to break it up. And you're like, no, stop, no. It's horrible. Yeah, that's pretty much... Oh, I did start... Finally, I got around to starting Interview with the Vampire.
Oh, the
AMC
series? Yeah.
Did you ever watch it?
So when season 1 came out, I was listening to impressions and stuff, and I was like, I don't know if I like what they're doing with this. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to hold back. I never watched it.
Yeah, I was kind of the same way.
But now that it's getting into Vampire Lestat and stuff,
and that's supposed to be pretty good.
I'm hearing that it's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
across the board, and I kind of want to watch it now.
Yeah, I only watched the first episode, but I do want to continue it. I liked it. They take a lot of liberties with the book. It's not really... Mm-hmm. You get the main gist with Louis and Lestat and everything, but anything that was subtext in that book is not subtext anymore.
Between you and me, I love vampire media in general.
Sure, so. And that was one of my favorite books for a long... Well, The Vampire Lestat is actually my favorite.
It's foundational.
Yeah. So, yeah, check it out. If you're an Anne Rice fan, but you never got around to watching that, I think, yeah, I'm going to keep going.
Cool.
I'll report periodically on what I think.
I've also not watched Mayfair Witches, which I've never read those books.
Didn't that get axed? I don't know.
But, man, the people that like those books really hate the show.
Oh,
so I don't know what they did, but...
Yeah, Anne Rice, I mean, God bless her. She could be, so good and then also just infuriatingly frustrating as a writer. I don't know how to describe it. I once heard a critic describe her writing, comparing it to being trapped in an elevator with a woman wearing too much perfume.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's funny because, I think you and even me were the age that, Anne Rice was just so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I read Interview in 7th grade.
But then a lot of people that were older than us were like, oh, this is Drek.
Yeah.
And then you, go some years, and then there's Twilight, and we're like, oh, this is Drek. But then the people that were our age for Anne Rice are the age for that, and they're like, oh, it's this mythical great thing.
Yeah, well, and Anne Rice was not writing for 14-year-olds, so I mean, she's... her vampires definitely did not sparkle.
No.
So anyway, that's what I've been watching. How about you?
I've got 3 things to talk about.
Okay.
This first one was a acquisition to my Blu-ray collection that I have long wanted. From 2006, directed by Corey Yuen. DOA, Dead or Alive, the live-action film adaptation of the video game series fighting game Dead or Alive.
Oh, okay.
If you're familiar with the games, it's made by Tecmo. It's a 3D fighting game, and their whole gimmick was having, sexy characters, right? They had, the jiggle physics and stuff.
Sure.
Everyone had big boobs, that whole deal. Mm-hmm. Got the volleyball game spin-off, the whole shebang.
Yeah.
This film is super underrated, I think. I think it's fucking hilarious. It's very over the top. It's very high energy. It technically is a faithful adaptation of the first game's plot for what little story there is. And it's just got this crazy star-studded cast of more like second string people that you would know but aren't huge stars. Mm-hmm. You've got Devon Aoki, you've got Jamie Presley. At the time I think she was hot off of blowing up for My Name is Earl.
Oh yeah.
Holly Valance, Sarah Carter, Kane Kosugi. He's a cool stunt actor. I think he's been in some Godzilla films and shit. But yeah, if you don't know it, there's a fighting tournament called Dead or Alive. It summons warriors from all around the world. See who's the best. Mm-hmm. It definitely channels some of that Mortal Kombat first film cheesiness to it. It centers on our main character, Kasumi, who is the princess of this ninja clan in Japan. Her brother, who did lead the clan, Hayate, had ran away the prior year to join the Dead or Alive tournament, and he never returned. Everyone thinks he died in the competition, but she believes he's still alive and out there and has been captured or something terrible's happened to him. And so she sort of breaks the laws of their clan and runs away to go join the new tournament to try to investigate and figure out what happened to her brother.
Okay.
And so they dispatch their greatest assassin, this ninja chick named Ayane, to pursue her, to kill her and bring her back in shame. And inadvertently, they all end up in this big fighting tournament, whereas this conspiracy is playing out in the background.
Okay.
It's super stupid. It's super fun. It's super over the top. The casting's great. Jamie Presley plays Tina Armstrong, and in this like setting of this universe, she is like the daughter of the most famous pro wrestler in the world.
Yeah.
Who's very much like a Hulk Hogan-esque type character. I think they even have him. Yeah, he's played by Kevin Nash in the film, so they even got a pro wrestler to play him. But she's like living in the shadow of him and trying to break out and do her own thing and be taken seriously as a fighter.
Yeah.
You've got Christy Allen, who's like this, played by Holly Valance. She's this like international jewel thief / assassin who's like there to infiltrate with her partner and try to like steal all the riches from the tournament organizer.
Okay. I'm looking at stills from the film as you talk.
And then let's talk about construction of the film. They tried to be very true to the game. So
the jiggle physics.
You've got lots of ladies in very skimpy outfits in bikinis. They managed to jam in an excuse to have them play volleyball, just to reference that from the games.
I'm seeing that.
The fights are very over the top, very fun. And it's just a good ass movie. But it's weird because like it came out and just like died immediately. It was like sent out to its death. Definitely, I guess, probably wasn't the movie people wanted in 2006 at the time. I think it even played on like Sci-Fi Channel too, so it was, it's a little low budget. There is some like questionable CG in it, but it's just stupid and fun. And if you like this kind of like tournament fighting video game sort of movie, I think it's just ridiculously enjoyable.
Well, it's got to be better than the UV Bowl Drek that he was shitting out at the time, right?
Very true. And I don't think it's streaming anywhere. There's a Blu-ray. The Blu-ray's out of print. It usually goes for like $50 or more.
Wow.
I happened to finally snipe one on eBay for like $20, and I'm very pleased.
Wow.
So fun blast from the past there. DOA, Dead or Alive.
Nice. Check it out.
Next one, I was following up on some stuff from prior episodes that we've done. In our episode on In Fabric, you mentioned a movie called I'm Dangerous Tonight.
Yeah.
A direct-to-TV movie done by Toby Hooper and starring goddess of genre exposure, Madchen Amick, who we love. And I actually picked up the Blu-ray of that because it was very cheap, and I finally got around to watching it. So this is similar to In Fabric in that it's about a dress that has a killer aura to it, but it's an ancient Aztec death shroud that this scientist at a college is going to study, and it falls into the hands of a young woman and one of his students, played by Madchen, named Amy. And it starts exerting its influence on people when they touch it and driving them to kill and murder and bring out all their negative qualities to the surface.
Well, don't gloss over the fact that Anthony Perkins is in it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's got a great cast. Anthony Perkins, William Berger, great. Dee Wallace.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Dee Wallace.
But she has almost like this Cinderella type story where it's like her parents have died and she's living with her aunt and she's got a cousin that's like the popular chick from school that's dating the cool like jock football guy.
Yeah.
And they've got a grandma who's like old and alien and wheelchair bound, and they make Amy take care of her and kind of deny her having any fun in college. It's a very Cinderella sort of setup, and the death shroud starts to make her get more outgoing and more fun loving, and she eventually like tailors it into a dress. A very sexy red dress.
Yeah, I'm just looking at stills again. Actually, it's been I haven't seen this since I was a teenager.
And dude, it's a super fun movie, and like just great performances, great like the way the plot unfolds. Because eventually, what happens is like she realizes there's something wrong with the dress, and then like her cousin wears it, and she goes unhinged with it and gets out of control, and it all kind of spirals, and eventually it ends up in the hands of like a chick who's working for the police that acquire it as evidence after a murder. And then she apparently used to have drug problems, and it makes her relapse. And then she becomes this like unhinged, like drug-seeking serial killer.
It's an evil fucking dress.
And then like Amy's kind of thrown in the middle of it, and just like trying to like track it down and get a hold of it and stop it. and it begins to corrupt. Like she's got like a guy she's kind of interested in. It starts to corrupt him, and like it's just a really cool premise for a film. It's not similar to In Fabric, other than the fact that it both involves a piece of clothing that is like causing deaths to happen.
They're completely different movies.
It's so different, but it was just really unique and really cool. And I just think Tobe Hooper's such a great director. Even a little TV film like this, he can do so much with.
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, it was really fun.
And it's a shame that Machen didn't. She should have been bigger than she was.
She's great, and she's great as a leading lady too.
She just seemed to get those little minor like this, like Sleepwalkers and stuff. It wasn't doing.
She's great in Sleepwalkers too, though.
She's great in it, but it's a turd. It's a big old cat turd.
And yeah, I think I told you when I watched it, like, there's multiple times in the film she's trying to get something done, and like no one's wanting to help her, and then she'll just be like, "Won't you please do it?" I was like, "That's her superpower, is just asking nicely and getting people to do what she wants."
It would work on me.
I mean, I definitely whatever you want, please.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to end us on a down note here.
Oh.
Yesterday, it just dropped brand new to Hulu and Disney Plus. The new director's cut of the X-Files, I Want to Believe.
Oh.
Which they are calling the Frankenshteyn cut for some reason. Well, I mean, I know why. It's a plot-relevant thing, but kind of dumb and pointless. This is the second X-Files movie, the one that came out after the original series run. It's the bad one, I think most people would say.
I actually never saw it.
It's basically just a standalone Monster of the Week episode blown up into a theatrical film. And it wasn't that great. And this new cut, the whole point of this is that Chris Carter, controversial creator of the franchise, who needs to be done with it now, I think. He had always had this other vision for it. He wanted to make it like a pure horror film as you could go with the X-Files. And apparently the studio made him cut a lot of gore, cut a lot of like frightening moments and scares, and instead shove in a bunch of scenes of the Mulder Scully romance stuff. Because, you know, the fans, that's what they were fiending for at the time.
Not me.
And that was what was selling. And so they wanted in there. And I think Chris Carter's kind of never really been a fan of that as much.
Yeah.
So this cut is weird, is what I'm going to say. They changed like the color grading, lighting or something to it.
I hate it when they go back and do that shit.
And so it's like very dull looking and kind of like just had a weird vibe to it in general. And then it's actually shorter than the theatrical film.
That might be a good thing.
They cut a ton of the Mulder Scully stuff out, like just scenes of them incidentally together, which is weird because it makes their presence like vaguer in the film.
Oh, okay.
Like they'll kind of come and go, and it's like, huh.
Right.
And then like some cuts are just like you don't even know why they did it. Like they took some scenes out, and I don't want to spoil it, but like things that explain stuff that happened in the film are no longer there. And so then you're kind of like, well, wait, what? If you didn't see the other one first before you saw this one, you're going to be confused, I would think. Especially there's this one part where it kind of like is one thing and it cuts through it really quick because they cut scenes out. And then it like jumps to another scene, but it doesn't have the context of how they got there. And I just remember pausing and being like, this is weird. And then Tiffany was even like, I don't know what's going on now.
Had she seen
No, she had not seen it.
Okay,
So.
well, yeah, there you go. Wow, that sucks. One way of thinking there.
I think if you're like an X-Files super fan, you should see it just to see it.
Right.
But there's no purpose. I think if I was going to revisit this again, I would just watch the theatrical cut, as bad as it is.
Yeah, I was a big X-Files fan when it first came out, like for the first few seasons, and then Mulder left, and then I tried watching it.
Yeah, they lost me when they took out Mulder.
Yeah, I stopped, and then they had the revival, so I'm like... And I saw the first movie, never saw the second.
I think the first movie's great. It's just a huge...
It was okay. I found it a little bit of a letdown myself.
And I love how it just like sits between the seasons too and kind of like tees up the next one.
Yeah. I don't know. It didn't really do a lot for me. So, I don't know. I think it is something that just needs to go away and stop. But
we've got the...
we'll probably get a reboot.
Ryan Coogler's working on a new entry. Originally they said it was going to be a reboot. Now they've revealed that he's cast David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson, and they're going to be in it, but they're not going to be like the focus. It's going to be like a new pair of agents, kind of like what the miniseries was trying to tee up, and then they didn't pull the trigger on it. So it is still going to be like in continuity to the rest of the show.
What continuity?
Which is, they got a lot of yarn to unravel there, I guess. But I would like to see what he can do. He's a cool director. I trust him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good director.
More than Chris Carter at this point.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Or, it'll be a shitty kind of semi-reboot cool thing that'll flop and...
Or it won't even get released like the Buffy reboot cool
go away
thing.
forever. Who knows?
Time will tell.
Well, speaking of movies that kind of go away forever, let's get to our main feature. All right, so Shoot to Kill, 1988, directed by Roger Spottiswoode. I've got a summary for you.
Do it.
Hit you with it.
Yeah.
When a cunning murderer vanishes into the rugged mountains of the Pacific Northwest, pursuing FBI agent Warren Stanton must exchange familiar city streets for the unknown wilderness trails. Completely out of his element, Stanton is forced to enlist the aid of an expert tracker, Jonathan Knox. It's a turbulent, vital relationship that they must maintain in order to survive, and one that becomes increasingly desperate when Knox's girlfriend Sarah becomes the killer's latest hostage.
Okay, man. That's a pretty good synopsis. Sure. That covers everything. And you mentioned this being like a forgotten movie, and I mean, you're not far off because it does not have a Blu-ray release.
It does not.
I mean, there's a DVD floating out there that's ancient, I'm sure.
Yeah, when I first was trying to look up how to watch it the other day, it was like, well, you can buy the DVD. I was like, okay, and?
Yeah. You can stream it from some dubious sources.
I watched it on YouTube, on a weird channel that illegally uploads movies and puts a little watermark that comes and goes every few minutes.
Okay, did that distract you at all?
It did not, because it usually blended into the background.
I saw the version you're talking about, and it looked pretty good. I mean, it looked like almost like an HD scan. So
May have been like a shitty, like run it through an AI upscaler thing or something, but
possibly.
it looked good.
I don't think it was ever released on Laserdisc. I didn't see that, so I don't know. Interesting.
I think definitely though it should be a good film to give a Blu-ray to.
Yeah, well, no, it definitely needs a Blu-ray.
I don't know where the right situation is, but this is like a Vinegar Syndrome, like snap it up and give it a stupid slipcase and.
But it's one. Well, we could talk more about that later. But it's one of those frustrating things that so many movies are just going to be forgotten because of modern streaming practices. Because every studio is just producing their own streaming shows. They don't care about curating movies, even the ones they own that would cost nothing to put on their platform.
Yeah, I originally in the start I wanted to talk about some news. Maybe we'll save this for the end now. But one of them was the fact that we are currently in a crisis of physical media going away.
Right.
With things like Sony announcing the end of physical video game discs and...
Yeah, and we saw this. I mean, did we learn nothing from like the silent era when they would just dispose of all the films because they were like, who's ever going to want to watch this again? We made our money. Let's just get rid of it. Recycle the silver that's in it. Yeah, it's nuts.
Wild. What genre is this?
Oh my god, this is everything. This is all this is every genre. This is
genre exposure.
It really is. So just on IMDb, they say it's a cop drama, survival, action, adventure, crime, drama, thriller.
Sure.
It's all those things. It's
I like how Wiki composed it. They said it's an American buddy cop action thriller.
Yeah.
Which sounds ridiculous when you say it out loud.
And this came out in 88, so yeah, it was like the height of the, Lethal Weapon to come out.
Oh, yeah.
48 Hours, which the director wrote, which is one of the first buddy cop movie type things, even though they
clearly has a mastery of the subgenre.
Right. So you kind of know what you're getting. But at the same time, it's like, if you don't like this movie, give it 10 minutes, it'll be something else.
Right, yeah. Because actually, when it transitioned to the wilderness portion, I was like, I don't know if I like this movie anymore. Mm-hmm. And then like 5 minutes later, I was like, oh shit, I'm into this though.
Yeah, right. All right, well,
it really hooks you.
It does. Because at the beginning, it starts off as basically like a crime drama.
And it literally like hits the ground running, like just fucking immediately.
Yep. We get the credits and we are seeing this car speeding through dark city streets.
Mm-hmm. Very moody.
It pulls up to a building. This dude gets out, and we see him like fumbling with some keys, and he gets in, and it's a jewelry store.
Yep.
And we see that he's like wearing like a bathrobe underneath his coat,
which is weird.
Yeah.
For a jewelry robber.
And yeah, we see him like getting a bunch of jewels, a bunch of diamonds out. But soon the cops arrive, And it's a nice hard cut, too.
Mm-hmm.
And something I like about this movie is that even though it has sort of a long running time, it's just shy of 2 hours, but it's pretty economical in its storytelling.
They cover a lot of time and ground.
Yeah. So the cops are there, FBI are there.
And I love it because immediately it's not your typical situation.
Yeah.
You're thinking, oh, this is just a jewelry heist, but no, it's something weirder. Mm-hmm. This is the owner of the store,
Mr. Berger.
Mr. Berger, breaking into his own store to steal diamonds because he's being extorted.
Mm-hmm. And he is interrogated by Agent Warren Stanton, played by the great Sidney Poitier.
Super underrated actor, I want to say. He is fucking awesome.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like back in the day, he was not underrated. He was big time. He had a lot of accomplishments.
I mean, In the Heat of the Night.
I guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the guy did so much. Let's see what he was the first African American to win an Academy Award for Lilies of the Field in '63.
Mm.
He was the first one nominated for the Defiant Ones from '58. He was knighted by Queen Elizabeth.
Hell yeah.
He was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom by Barack Obama in 2009. And he was like an ambassador for the Bahamas because his parents were from the Bahamas, and he was kind of accidentally born in Miami. So he became an American citizen that way. But lived in the Bahamas. They came back when he was 15.
Yeah, that won't fly today.
Right, yeah. And then we would have lost someone like him, you know?
Good Lord.
But he came back when he was 15 and couldn't, read English very well. So he had to learn that to be able to read the scripts. And it's crazy. And he didn't die until 22. He was like 95.
Wow. When
he passed away. But, and apparently this was his first acting role in like 11 years. He had like done directing and stuff in the meantime.
It's crazy.
But he brings a lot of gravitas to this. It's a really fun performance.
It is. Because he is like so serious, but they let moments for there to be jokes too.
Yeah.
In like a way that's like,
it's not one note.
It doesn't mess up the film to have it in there.
Yeah.
But it kind of makes him more of a colorful character than what you would expect as like the serious FBI agent guy.
Yeah. So Stanton gets him to confess that, he's being, his wife is being held hostage. He said this crazy killer broke in, killed their dog in front of them to prove a point. He said, "Get me these diamonds or your wife's next."
Yep.
So, of course, the FBI go to the house, and they get the place surrounded and all that good stuff. And they're, like, talking to the guy inside to loudspeakers and everything. And the dude, like, they call the house.
Yeah.
The dude answers, well, the wife answers, but they get the guy, the killer, on the phone, and he's using a voice like this, so you can't really tell what he sounds like. It's almost like an Argento villain or something.
I was getting some, like, Fulci, some of his lewd phone call kind of thing going on.
But it's a very calm, kind of creepy voice, too.
Mm-hmm. Not Donald Duck.
Right. So Stanton's like, give up your hostages, come on out, you're surrounded, you got nowhere to go. But he sends the maid out.
He said, "I'm gonna send the maid out with a message for you."
Yeah, a message for you. And then the maid goes out, she's walking out, and then bam, she gets shot. Blood's pouring out the front of her. She falls to the ground, and he's like, "Did you get the message?" So the dude's not fucking around, right?
Right. Yeah, he's serious. And then he just starts barking directions.
Yeah, he says, "Get me. We're gonna take her car. Give me like a police radio and handcuffs." So they put the items in the car, and they're waiting for him to come out. They got a sniper set up.
Yeah, he gets the best sniper.
Mm-hmm. But then when the dude comes out, he's got this big, thick like duvet over him and the Mrs. Berger.
Yeah, they're moving in unison, so you can't really tell who's who.
So the guy can't get a shot on him.
And they get in the car, and then he's like, "All right, Stanton, we're gonna go to these docks. You're gonna follow me, you alone, nobody else, nobody tailing you.
Yeah.
At any moment I get suspicious of what's going on, she dies.
Right.
At the docks, we'll make the exchange."
Yeah. So of course they have tails still following them,
and he sneaks the sniper into the back of his car.
Sneaks the sniper in the back of the car. Yeah, there's a fun shot when they finally get to the docks, and Stanton is parked behind the killer. And he's talking, and you think, well, who's he talking to? And then the sniper rises up in the back seat behind him.
Yeah, you think, like, has he got an earpiece in you can't see, or what's going on?
So the killer makes Stanton get out of the car with the diamonds, throw them toward him, but she only throws them like 5 feet.
Yeah, the killer's like, that's the best you can do.
But he comes out and he's holding Mrs. Berger in front of him for a shield. And we can see like this dude has like long hair and a beard.
Yep.
It's like
it's shot well because you don't really get a good look at his face.
You don't see his face, and that's the whole point.
And it's very important for the film that you don't.
Yeah. Now, could they have just given him like a mask or something to wear? Sure. But I kind of like this because it sets him up as being almost mythical.
Yeah.
You know?
And it makes it fun in the middle part of the film when it's like kind of almost like a whodunit of like, we'll get to it, but it's like you're trying to pick out who the killer is.
You're not supposed to know who the killer is, yeah.
And I definitely guessed wrong, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because you've got 2 really good choices.
Yeah. That's the thing is they play up like the red herring so well.
Yeah. So he's using her as a shield. He picks up the diamonds and he's like disappearing back into the fog. And Stanton's like waiting a few beats, and then he hears a gunshot.
Well, at first he's like, release her, send her over to me. And he's like, no, not until I'm in the boat. Then I'll let her go.
Right. Yeah. But then we hear a gunshot, and he's like, motherfucker. So he runs up there, and the wife's dead. Her left eye is shot out.
Which is like this dude's signature MO kind of thing.
And the boat is like careening off into the ocean. So they get in a boat, and they take pursuit. But they catch up with it. It's run aground on this island, and it's empty. He had like just tied up the wheel, so it would just go straight. They're like, motherfucker.
So the trail is cold.
And we see the killer like coming up out of the water underneath the pier.
Mm-hmm. Clever guy.
Yep. So later on, we get the obligatory at the station.
Yep.
Stanton's like barking orders. Everyone's up all night, working around the clock.
They're trying to get him to go home. He gets a call with his wife, and he has to cancel their plans.
Yeah.
That whole nut,
Mm-hmm. And his boss is saying, hey, you did nothing wrong. You did everything you could.
Yeah, I was getting big Picard vibes, like the whole you can do everything right and still fail.
Yeah, right. He tells him to go home, but Stanton does it. He's not going to quit.
He's like, no, I'm now devoted to this, and I will not rest until I catch this man.
Yep. Then we see the killer. Still don't see his face. It's kind of like an over-the-shoulder thing. We see him driving toward the U.S.-Canada border. He's got the diamonds.
Get across that border and vanish.
Yep. But he sees a roadblock ahead. It's like, oh, shit.
And it's so funny because it's like around a curve, and so he thinks it's for him. So immediately he turns around and cuts back the other way.
Yeah.
But then the camera pans on, and it's actually there was like a wreck.
It's just an accident.
Yeah.
He could have just gone around it.
They would have never suspected a thing.
But then he sees another cop responding to the accident, coming the opposite way. He freaks, pulls off into this dirt road. And he comes upon a friendly fisherman here.
Mm-hmm. And he learns that this is like the start of a hiking trail that goes up into the mountains, and there's really good fly fishing up there, and people come from all over the world to take part.
And Stanton eventually gets a report that there was a tourist shot by a large caliber bullet in the left eye.
And he knows that has to be his guy.
Yep. So he goes out to that part. He takes like a seaplane to get out there. This is like upstate Washington.
Yeah, it gets very Twin Peaksy.
It does
in this part.
Yeah.
There's a video game called Alan Wake that's very inspired by Twin Peaks. And when he comes in on the plane in the water like that, it was making me think of that game. Because in that game, it's like the same sort of like this region of the world kind of set place.
Okay.
And they have this thing called Cauldron Lake. And like the way this lake looked in the movie, I was like, dude, this looks like exactly the place from Alan Wake.
Really? That's cool.
Yeah.
So Stanton gets there, and he's like talking to the owner of the place, gets some backstory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you say, the fishermen come here, and they have to hike all this way to get to this remote part of the lake to do some fishing.
So perilous, they have guides that hire themselves out to get you up there safely.
Yep. And their names are Jonathan Knox and Sarah Rennell.
Which Knox is played by Tom Berenger, and then Christy Alley is Sarah.
Yep. And dude, I had such a crush on Christy Alley in the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
Like ever since I haven't had a chance to talk about Star Trek in a while, so I'm going to talk about some Star Trek.
Yeah, let's go.
Because she was Lieutenant Savick in Star Trek 2, the best of the Star Treks, I think we all know.
Hands down.
And I loved her character, and I wish she had returned for the sequel, but alas, she did not. She was also in the underrated movie Runaway. We've talked about before on the pod, I believe.
Film, yep. Drop Dead Gorgeous, of course.
Yeah. Very, very
Classic.
hot. Very hot.
Love her.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, Stanton investigates the body, of the dude that was shot, and he's like been undressed. The killer took his clothes. He's deducing that he did that. He put like a bag over the guy's head so he wouldn't get blood on the clothes.
Yeah, so he kind of took the identity of this tourist.
And he finds some like beard trimmings there. So the guy has shaved and cut his hair.
But we don't know to what extent.
No. So we find out from the owner of the place that the man, whoever stole this fisherman's identity, set off early with Sarah and the others. Yep. And no one has seen this guy. No one can personally identify him. Sarah doesn't carry a radio, but they check in periodically.
Yeah, there's like some cabins you can stay in if you're up there hiking, and they have radios that can call back in.
Yeah. And the dude tells her that Sarah's boyfriend, Knox, is the best tracker around, and if anyone's going to help you find them, it's going to be him.
But he don't like city folk.
He doesn't want to. Yeah, right. Because Stanton goes to recruit him, and Knox is about to go out on his own. Yeah, and the owner of the place, who knows Knox, even says that he's gruff, he's a loner, and he's shocked that he and Sarah are together because he didn't think that this guy would get along with anybody.
Sarah's the only one that softened him a little bit.
Yeah, so Stanton basically threatens to arrest him if he doesn't assist.
Yep. He says, the only way you're going up those mountains after them is with me.
Yep. And this is a cool scene, too, because Poitier, his gravitas really comes in handy here.
Because the big thing is, like, Knox is like, you're going to slow me down, you're going to be a problem, you can't do this hiking thing, and he gives this great speech where he's like, I'm the only man qualified to go after this person.
Yep.
Like, he really sells it.
He does. And so Knox is like, okay, fine. And he asks where his stuff is for the hiking trip. And he just starts going through his bag, and he's just tossing items he doesn't need.
Because he basically just went to the general store in town and, like, loaded up.
Yeah, and the guy there just sold him everything just to make some money. Then we cut to Sarah guiding the fishermen through the woods.
Yeah, and it's all these, like, yuppie businessman dudes.
Yeah.
And they've done a very interesting thing with who they cast for these.
Oh, yeah. So we get a couple of the probably lesser-known actors. Kevin Scannell is Ben. Frederick Coffin is Ralph. And these are those, hey, I know that guy. But you can't really kind of place them. Richard Mazur is Norman. He's more recognizable. He's been in a few more things.
He's in The Thing.
Yeah.
It as well, I think, yeah.
He was in It, yeah. Of course, that was a bit after this.
The one that stood out to me, though, was Andrew Robinson as Harvey, because he is in Hellraiser as Kirsty's dad, and then also Frank impersonating Kirsty's dad.
Yes.
and has all the great lines that are memorable from the film.
And don't forget Scorpio Killer from Dirty Harry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And the other guy is Clancy fucking Brown as Steve, who, I mean, he was already kind of playing heavies at this point, but it's probably best known as in a villain role as the Kurgan in Highlander.
Mm-hmm. So that's what you notice is like this whole cast is all people that are famous for playing villains in movies.
Or heavies of some sort. But the two ding, 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 the ones you instantly ping in on are Andrew Robinson and Clancy Brown. Another Star Trek reference. Andrew Robinson would go on to play Garrick in Deep Space Nine after this, which is probably probably the best Star Trek series, honestly.
Most people say that, yeah.
That's great. So we kind of get to meet these guys a little bit. They take a rest by the waterfall.
They've all got little quirks about them that kind of define them.
We get something that kind of makes each of them a little bit suspicious. Mm-hmm. Like one guy's obviously lying about stuff.
One's like not as experienced as he seems to be, claiming that he is.
Yeah, one's guy is very anxious to get to a radio. We learned that they stopped at a lodge earlier, but the radio was busted, wasn't working.
Mm-hmm. The one dude is like very flirty with Sarah.
Yeah.
Is like super in her business.
Yeah. Although I do want to go ahead and praise this movie a little bit for having some restraint because, and they address it to some degree because men are men, but we got like 5 guys with an attractive female, and it's not overtly like there's never any real like threat of any sort of sexual assault
nature,
or anything like that. You know, they're not too piggish. They hit on her. They make little comments, but it's not as horrible as you think it could be. if that's comforting at all.
Well, I think it's a good choice. It would be so easy to sink into that, like, a bunch of guys out here with the lady.
Yeah.
Which the one who is the pervy one makes that joke.
Yeah.
And then she's just kind of like, I could take all of you.
Yeah, she's like, I can take care of myself. I'm not worried about any of you. Yeah. So we get some proper 80s sax music and synth.
Oh, yeah.
As we watch Knox and Stanton. They're riding on horseback. So they're cutting through the trails. They're trying to get there as quickly as possible.
So what I loved in this film and the score, I don't remember who did the score either, sadly. But fucking, they have these drums, these like synth drums, and like the echo and delay is like turned up to the max to them. So like any scene where they're doing like the montages of them going through the wilderness, you just get like
John Scott.
John Scott. Good job, my man.
Yeah, no, it's very
fucking
80s.
Awesome.
It's very 80s in the best way.
Like the whole day after we watched it, we would just be doing stuff, and like Tiffany was in the kitchen, and I would just come by and go.
That's pretty amazing.
That really stood out to me.
Nice.
Quite liked it.
Yeah, so they're riding and they're trying to get there as fast as possible because they know the general trail she's taking, but of course we're trying to cut them off.
Yeah,
and
Knox
get
is
there
trying
as
to
fast as
cut
possible.
time out so they can catch up to him.
Yeah.
So they're doing all the dangerous shit.
Yeah. And Stanton's not good on his horse. He doesn't know how to ride a horse.
Yeah, I love it whenever he's trying to get back on it after they get off for a second, and he can't like swing his leg over, and then he gets going the wrong direction, and it's like a static shot, and then you see Knox trace back, go out of frame, then come back across, guiding the horse.
Right, yeah. And Knox, throughout the whole movie, Knox is telling him to go back. Right, you can't do this.
Just give up and go
back.
back.
You're too old. You're not an outdoorsman. You're a city boy. Go back home.
Because it gets fucking perilous. At one point, they're going up like the sheer side of a cliff.
Yeah, yeah. And they reach the first cabin. They get some rest. And that's where we get the moose gag. There's a moose at the door. Then we get back to the fishermen, still making their way through the woods. They get to the cool scene where there's this gorge.
Yeah.
The only way to get across is by using this bucket.
Yeah, you gotta like use a rope to drag it over,
Yeah,
and then
like
momentum carries you across.
Yeah.
Which is real creepy.
See. Yeah.
And that's one of the ones where they definitely tease up, like, the way they're going to work it is that Sarah will go across with one person and then, like, go back and forth and kind of ferry each one across.
Yeah, this is where we get a good line that you were mentioning before. Like, Norm's asking her how her boyfriend feels about her being out there with 5 guys.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's not really up to him, is it? And I can take care of myself. It's like, yeah, you go, girl.
Hell yeah.
So, Knox and Stanton get to this gorge sometime later, and they find that it has been sabotaged.
Yep.
One of the ropes has been cut, and someone has, like, jammed a piece of wood into the pulley on the other side.
Yeah, so you can't move the bucket around.
No. So,
And then Knox just fucking, like, bandies up and starts to climb across the rope.
yeah, he ties a rope around his waist and gives it to Stanton, and he's just, like, going across the rope to get to the bucket, to get it back over, to get them both over.
And the amount of fucking tension in this scene, this was like sorcerer levels of, like, getting across the bridge.
Yeah. I don't know if it's that.
Because he gets so far, and then his, like, legs slip. So then he's trying to get his, like, footing again to keep on the rope.
Yeah, and Stanton has these gloves, and he's not wearing them. I'm like, dude, put those gloves on. Put those gloves on.
He even tells him to put the gloves on.
You're going to wish you had those on in a minute.
So when he gets over there and he gets the wood unstuck from the bucket, it, like, loses control, and he just drops and goes careening down into the gorge.
Yeah.
But they've got that rope to tether him, but he just, like, fucking slams into the rock wall, like, full force.
Yeah.
And then Stanton's, like, trying to find something to tie it around to, like, brace it with a tree.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has to haul him, like, all the way back up.
Yeah, the whole time he's, like, bouncing against the rocks and stuff. And this is something I like about it, too, because...
He's
like,
beat all the fuck up, too,
yeah,
man.
neither of them are like Superman. It's not like, Sylvester Stallone. If he hit the rock cliff, it would probably just break, and he would separate the mountain and be standing there amidst the ruin, all victorious. But, I mean, it actually hurts them here,
Which I'm glad you mentioned Stallone, because we do have a reference here. The knife Behringer is seen using as a Gerber BMF survival knife, which is the same type that Stallone used in the Rambo franchise, and the canyon scene with that bucket, that was a location that was used in First Blood.
Okay, that makes sense.
So very direct reference there.
Oh, nice. Although I do think when he fell, that rope probably would have just snapped his spine.
Yeah, and he hits it pretty fucking hard, too.
Yeah. But that's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
He's a mountain man.
He's a mountain man.
That's what he does.
So that night, they're camping and eating, and they have a little bit of a bonding moment. You know, Stanton just saved his life and stuff, so they're kind of starting to warm up to each other a bit more. And Stanton's realizing, I made a date with my girlfriend. I'm supposed to be at a restaurant right now. And there's like a joke about him eating marmot, because he's like, "What is this? This is pretty good." And Knox says, "It's marmot." It's like, "What's a marmot?" It's kind of like a big rodent.
He's like, "I'm eating rat."
Yeah, basically.
I don't know if it's around here or later, but it's kind of inconsequential to anything. But there's a great scene with a bear too, where they stumble upon a wild bear.
Right. Yeah, that's a little later on.
And he's like, "What do we do, man? What do we do?"
Speaking of bears, the next scene is one where the fishermen think that Sarah's a bear.
Yeah, she's like gone off, and they're waking up in the morning.
Mm-hmm. And we get a couple of fake outs, because we see one character drawing a machete, and the other one's like grabbing a rock because he hears a character drawing a machete. Okay, so which one of these is the killer? Which is something about to happen? But they all think that it's a bear. They don't. Sarah's not there. Mm-hmm. And then she comes out thinking, "Oh, they always think I'm a bear." So this is when things really start to heat up, because they are traversing this treacherous cliff face.
Yep.
Sarah's guiding them through.
She tells them to be careful about the ledge.
Yep. And Norman kind of stops, and this is Richard Mazur's character. And he's like tying his shoe, and Steve stays back behind him. This is Clancy Brown. And Norman's tying his shoe, but then kind of slips, and he's falling down the cliffside, and he's like hanging on the very edge. So Steve goes down there to help him, and then, a 9mm comes out of his jacket and lands on the rocks right by Norm.
And he's like, "What the fuck, man?"
Yeah, Norm's looking at it, he's like, "Well, why do you have a gun?" And he says, "It's okay, I'm a cop." And he says, "Do me a favor, reach into that crevice and hand me the gun."
Which is weird that he's so insistent.
Yeah. And Norm's like, "Pull me up, save me." And he's like, "I will, but give me the gun first." So he gets him the gun, and then he pulls up Norman, and he's like, "You okay? You good?" It's like, yeah. And he just pushes him over the side.
Holy shit, man.
Which, I mean, he wouldn't have done that if the guy didn't see his gun.
Right.
That's what I like. It's like he's not going to play his cards until he needs to.
Mm-hmm. And at that point, he had to do something.
Yeah.
And then we get this crazy cavalcade of like everybody running back.
Yeah, because they hear Norm screaming.
And one by one, he proceeds to toss the rest of the dudes off the fucking cliff face.
Yeah, he just starts pushing them over. And then Andy Robinson's like standing there. "Steve, what are you doing?" And, he's got the gun on him and tells him to jump.
Yep.
And I love that scene too, because Andy Robinson kind of looks behind him and is like, "I'm sorry, I can't." So then Steve just like pushes the muzzle of the gun up against his forehead and gives a little push, and then he falls backward into the canyon. And he tells Sarah that it's done, it's over, they're dead, don't worry about them. You're going to get me to safety, and then I'll let you go.
Yep. Easy peasy.
Mm-hmm. And then we get a scene with Steve has Sarah tied up at the next cabin. Mm-hmm. And they're checking in with her boss and everything. And the guy on the radio is telling her there's a storm coming. You better stay put.
Yep,
don't go anywhere.
And he's like, "I know they're fucking working with the FBI now."
And Steve's like, "Oh yeah, fuck this shit." And he tells her to say that she's alone, which and the FBI agents immediately spill the beans.
Fucking rookie, man.
Seriously. And of course, Steve knows Stanton, so he knows who's after him. So they name him by they give his name. And this is another it's implied here and there, maybe a little bit. It's kind of subtle, but like he's got Sarah tied up, but there's not like any molestation or anything like that happening. They don't go there. They don't need to go there. Yeah, and that's a good thing. I like that. A lot of movies I think would go there to make him even more evil.
There's like
and
one
despicable.
little time where he like runs his hand through her hair or something. But
right.
It's more him doing it to like torment her than to like he has any desire there.
Yeah, it's like you don't need to make this guy even more vile. You know?
Because the way I took it, like they don't get super deep into his psychology or anything, but it seems like he gets off on the fact of like that he's getting away with things.
Right. Yeah.
And he's like put one over on the FBI.
Yeah.
He cares more about that, I think, than like victimizing people.
Yeah. So the next day, Knox and Stanton, they're at the gorge and they find all the dead fishermen in the river.
Yeah, it's pretty disturbing.
Yeah. Because we're going to just get a drink, and then the guy just rises up, from the bottom.
And then one by one, they kind of track all of them.
Yeah, and Knox is like, oh, she's dead. Her body is drifted down the river. And Stanton's like, no. Steve, he doesn't know the killer's name, but the killer needs her. He's going to keep her alive. We can still find them.
As long as they're not across the border, he'll still keep her alive. Because he's starting to figure out
the
mindset.
So they get to the lodge that we just saw Sarah and Steve at.
And they find a note.
They find a note in a busted radio. And what does the note say? It says, "You ought to know me by now," which is something that the killer had said to Stanton before.
Yep.
So Stanton tells him the story about what happened, and Knox is all pissed off because it's like, okay, so you fucked up that situation. You didn't catch the guy, and now Sarah's going to die because of you. And Stanton's like, he's figuring out the killer's mind, and he says that he needs Sarah. He's going to keep her alive because he only killed the previous hostages when he no longer had any use for them.
Right. As long as there's value there, he's not going to blow a hostage.
Yeah. And the guy wasn't lying, though. There was a storm coming in because the next morning there's snow everywhere.
They were just jazzing it up.
Yeah, jazzing it up.
To be more than what it was.
Because Knox is up early. He's ready to go. He keeps telling Stanton to stay here. You're just going to slow me down.
Well, he tells him, he's like, now the only way to catch up in time is to go over the mountain.
Yeah.
And, cut directly.
And you can't do that.
You can't do it, especially with the snow and everything else going on.
Yeah, but Stanton actually draws his gun on him and says, you're coming with me or you're not going to go at all. So they get in a fight. They get in a tussle. And Stanton gets the better of him and, gets him in a chokehold and shit. And he tells him what a badass he is.
Yeah.
He said, I've taken down the Ku Klux Klan. I've gone against the mafia.
Oh, I have a note on that too. Let's see. Let me find it. Because it's really cool. It actually is like a reference to... Oh, yeah. So he says, I've been up against the mafia, the Ku Klux Klan, the KGB. And those are references to other films he's done.
Yeah.
Let's Do It Again from 75, and The Heat of the Night from 67, and Little Nikita from 88.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's nice. It's a little Easter egg there.
Great little call out.
And we see Sarah and Steve again, and she's trying to put distance between them.
She's kind of fucking with him.
Yeah. But he catches up to her and ties a rope around her so she can't get too far. And he's showing her the diamonds.
He says, I'll even give you one if you get me to the border.
Yeah.
And she just takes it and chucks it. Mm-hmm. So then this is when we get the epic, going up the side of the mountain scene.
Yep.
And Stanton can't quite make it. He hits his limit and gets, stuck at the part where it's there's, a crevice, and you got to shimmy up
right
through the crevice to the top.
Yeah.
And he just has no strength left at all.
Yeah, and Knox tells him, you got my gear here, make camp, stay here. When I reach the border, I'll send people to come get you.
And he's like, nah, help me, pull me up.
And I think we need to give some props, too, to, Poitier here, because he was 60 making this. And, yeah, he's not doing every stunt. He's not actually climbing mountains and stuff. But he's out there doing a lot of it. He's doing a lot of it. And this isn't the volume on the Disney soundstage. This is actually on location. He's actually doing a lot of it.
And so Knox is like, hey, man, connect yourself to my rope, and I'll lower you back down to safety. And he's like, nah, connect me and pull me up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they get this long standoff over it, but finally Knox is like, fine, I'll pull you up. And it's great because he's like, you're not going to lower me down, are you?
Yeah, it's a nice back and forth.
And at this point, you're like, oh, I love these characters.
Yeah, they're great.
They're great.
Meanwhile, Steve's having a hard time getting fire going. So Sarah has to do that. But then there's a lot of smoke.
Right, because she used a lot of kindling.
He's like, hey, what's with the smoke? You trying to send a signal or something?
And then she's like, everything's wet. It's going to do that.
Yeah. So he kicks it out. And then she's like, okay, well, I guess we're not going to cook this fish. So she just she starts eating it raw like Gollum.
Yeah. She asks him how he likes sushi. And he's like, ugh. Which is smart, though, because now he's being denied food.
Yeah.
He's going to start getting weaker.
Yeah.
She's got some
plans
in the works. This is where we finally get the bear.
Well, that comes a little bit later because the storm's getting worse and they have to dig their shelter.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. They get on top of the mountain and it's all snow covered and white as far as the eye can see.
So they start digging a shelter because there's no tauntaun to open up to crawl into. Right. And I like this too because like Poitier is like, I mean, yeah, he's had it. Apparently he's got like a fever, he's getting frostbite, but they get the shelter built and like Knox is laying on top of him and like trying to warm him up and stuff like that. And Poitier's giving him like looks. He's got a great line. He says, "You heard about us country boys, right?"
But that is a true thing though. Like, you know, I was in
country boy thing.
No, I was in Boy Scouts. Like, I'm not saying I ever did it, but like,
no, you want to share body warmth.
That's literally what you need to do in that situation to not die.
It is.
So I love both that they include that and that he makes light of it.
Yeah, but that's not something. Again, it's not something you would show in like a Schwarzenegger movie or a Stallone film.
Never.
You would never have them two like cuddling or something to survive. They wouldn't need to because they're fucking manly men. They would never do that.
But in the real world, you would just fucking die.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. Yeah, and the next day, this is where they're coming down the trail, and they come face to face with the grizzly bear. And they try to slowly walk away, but the bear charges and they run, which you really shouldn't do. But
yeah, it's one mistake that Knox makes.
Yeah,
he should know better.
If I had this big grizzly bear charging down on me, I'd probably do the same thing.
So Stanton steps up and just comes at it and starts waving his arms and being like, "Ah!" And the bear's like, "The fuck?"
Yeah, and then the bear like kind of has enough and wanders off. And
there's a great line.
There's a funny line. Because Knox had fallen and hit his head, so he couldn't really move too good. And then he's getting up, kind of shaking it off. It's like, "What happened? What'd you do?" And Stanton says, "Everybody here acts like they've never seen a black man before. Why should the bear be any different?"
Love it.
Yeah, that's a good line.
So at this point, they are almost caught up.
Yeah,
to Sarah,
because Sarah is trying to get away from Steve again, and he's shooting at her, and they hear the gunshots, and they're like, "Holy shit, we were fucking close." And yeah, they're running away. They're running toward them, and there's kind of this jarring scene where like Sarah's running, and suddenly you see this big semi go by.
Yeah,
because they've been in the wilderness the entire time.
Like crossed to a road,
and then suddenly, bam, you're like in some sort of civilization.
It made me think of the end of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah, almost. Yeah. Because Knox sees Sarah and Steve, and he's like running toward them, but Steve held down this big Final Destination rig that's hauling all the big logs and stuff. And they take off in it before Knox can catch them.
And Knox blames Stanton. He's like, if it hadn't been for you, I could have caught up.
Yep. Because they're sitting outside a Canadian police station, and Knox is just like, "Fuck you, buddy. I could have done it if it wasn't for you." But Stanton's listening, and he hears a woman talking about filing a report of people breaking into her house. Mm-hmm. So he stops her because the cops there are like, "Oh, we got roadblocks out. We're trying to find them. We're doing what we can."
Yeah, they're in Vancouver now. Yeah.
Yeah. So Stanton overhears and goes to talk to the lady, and the next scene's at the house. They're at the scene. And it's Stanton's turn to kind of show off how good he is at what he does.
Mm-hmm. Now he's in his world.
Yeah. So he deduces what's going on. Because he's like, teenagers didn't break in here because there's beer. Nothing's been taken. They just drink like milk and water and stuff. Like there's no fingerprints in this part of the table. Someone wiped it down and the silverware is clean. It's someone trying to hide their tracks.
But what they eventually piece together is that he contacted a diamond broker.
Yeah, they get a number from the phone.
He's going to fence these and get the money finally. So they kind of plan to like set up a stakeout and ambush him during that.
Yeah. So the police got nothing on this guy, on this diamond broker. He's like a known entity. They know he's a crook, but they can't prove it. Mm-hmm. So they can't hold him. But later on, we see this diamond broker dude sitting at his big house.
Yeah.
And suddenly the lights go out. And he's attacked. He's tied up, and we hear Stanton and Knox. We know it's them talking in the background and talking about like, what do we want with this guy anyway? And it's like, oh, he stole a bunch of diamonds and shit like that. They try to find him, and it sounds like that they're like setting a bomb or something like that, like a timer, right? So the guy's freaking out, and he tells him everything. Says that he doesn't have the diamonds yet. He's waiting for a guy. He's supposed to meet him tomorrow at the ice rink. And then the lights come back on, and the cops come in, and we find out that noise was just an alarm clock they had set.
But now they finally have something on him, so they can arrest him.
Exactly. Got a confession. So the next day, they're staking out the rink, right? And
this is a great, like, they're moving through the crowd and, like, looking.
Yeah, trying to be nonchalant, just kind of waiting to see anything. And there's just a scene with this purse snatcher, and they just have to let him go. He runs right past Stanton, and he's like, okay, like, I can't blow my cover for this fucker.
Yeah.
But Knox notices, like, some figures behind this waterfall feature.
Mm-hmm.
And they realize, oh, Sarah's there. And he's with who we know as Steve.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, Knox is trying to get to them, and he's, like, he's walking above them, and there's, like, this glass ceiling.
Yep.
With, like, where the water's going over. So Steve sees them, and he starts shooting through the glass.
Chaos ensues.
Chaos ensues. He takes off with Sarah, and we get a little foot chase, which turns into a car chase.
Yeah, he jacks a SUV and takes off.
And it's a pretty good car chase. It's not, like, uber flashy or special or anything, but it's well shot. And I also noticed something else watching this, that it makes such a difference when you know that they're real cars on real streets. Mm-hmm. You know?
There's like a weight to it.
Yeah, and it's not CG'd, it's not Compton, everything's not a fucking blue screen. It's all real and in camera. And even though you don't get the, like, gravity, logic-defying wrecks and stunts and stuff you sometimes get with modern movies, it's just, it's more grounded and just real. Mm-hmm. It makes it more visceral.
Yeah, I saw the new like little teaser clip for Avengers Doomsday that just came out, like, with that D23 Expo thing.
Okay.
And, like, a big chunk of it was, like, this fight with Doom and Thor, and they're in, like, this ruined, big, vast wasteland. And I was like, okay, so that's the volume.
Right.
They're just in a room, and it's all CG'd around them.
They're in a big room, big blue room. And they're probably not even wearing their fucking costumes. That's probably all CG, too. So Steve loses them in the car chase. Mm-hmm. But they spot the car they've been chasing boarding a ferry. So they're like, okay, there's the fucker, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So they're about to get onto the ferry, and Knox is running in there, and the other cops are going in there, but Stanton stops. And he's thinking about his encounter at the pier earlier. And he's like,
no, he ducks us every time.
No, this isn't right. And he looks, and there's another boat, another ferry nearby. And he's like, he's on that one.
He's got to be on that one. And then Knox is like, what are you doing? The one's on this one, though. The vehicle's here.
He's like, no, I know this fucker. I know what he's doing.
He's like, trust me, come on. This is a decoy.
So they get to the other ferry, and they're, like, stalking through the cars, looking for him. And they spot Steve and Sarah, and we get a shootout.
And this is, like, made you very nervous, because it's like there's all the passengers just there in the middle of things.
And they're ducking and weaving between the cars. Knox and Stanton get split up. And Knox is kind of going above deck. And Stanton finally kind of gets a bead on Steve, but he's holding Sarah, of course.
Yep. So he's trying to wait for that perfect shot.
Meanwhile, Knox kind of sees what's going on from above deck, and he starts climbing down the rails.
And we get a cool standoff moment where Steve is like, hey, you do anything at all, and I'll fucking kill her. And then Stanton's like, you kill her, you're going to be dead 2 seconds later.
Yeah, you got nothing. You kill her, you got nothing. But Stanton takes a shot and clips Steve's ear.
Which is awesome. Fucking epic.
So he drops Sarah, and he's running through the crowded ferry. Knox comes down, unties Sarah, saves her.
Yay. But we're not done.
No, we're not done. Because Stanton kind of has Steve pinned down, and there's this hilarious scene because there's passengers all like crowding,
hiding wherever they can,
cowering everywhere. And he sees this one woman who's like guarding her child. He's like, hey, come here.
He's, give me your kid.
Come here, get over here.
And she's like, no. But Stanton sees what's about to happen, and he's like, oh, I can't let him get a kid. That's too far. And so he just fucking steps out into the open.
Yeah.
And Steve fucking shoots him.
Yeah, he takes like 3 fucking bullets.
But then he unloads on Steve.
Yeah, well, Steve goes up and he's like holding his gun right at his fucking eye.
Yeah.
And he's going to shoot him in the eye. And this is a sin. This cost the movie at least half a star for me.
Oh, no.
Because he pulls the trigger, we just get a click. Like the hammer goes and clicks. A semi-automatic, the slide would be back if it was empty. Now, maybe it's a dud. Maybe it's a dud round. That's what I'm going to tell myself.
I love it.
You know, and it just didn't go off.
I don't gun, so I didn't care.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do, and I did. That's okay. It's okay. But in a rage, Steve like grabs Stanton, and they're wrestling, and they both go overboard.
Yep. And they're struggling under the water.
Yep.
And Stanton finally gets his gun leveled up against him.
Shoots him right in the gut, and then he shoots him in the fucking eye, like Steve's been doing to everybody.
And then you think this is it for Stanton.
Yeah, because he's shot, he's bleeding.
He doesn't have the strength to swim up.
He's drifting down into the water. But of course, Knox dives in, rescues him, pulls him out. We see him like in a stretcher. He's being tended to and stuff like that.
He's going to make it.
Yep. And Knox is like, is this what you do? And Stanton says, every damn day. Then the movie just fucking ends. And it just fucking ends. Because it's done.
Done.
It's told its
Finished.
story. It is out.
The end. Period. No sequel, no setup.
Nope. No
It's
stinger. No setup for the greater shoot to kill expanded universe.
Could he have more adventures because he's an FBI agent? Sure. Do we need to know about that? No.
Fuck no.
It's done.
Wait to see if anybody likes this movie.
Don't make Mortal Kombat and talk how you're going to have the fucking tournament in the second one if you'll just go ahead and come see the first one.
Yeah, for real.
I don't want to learn about your Arcana bullshit that's not even in the games. I want to see a tournament.
Oh, boy.
Movies should do what they say they're going to do.
Yeah. Just concentrate on making this a good movie.
Like
Don't
Shoot to Kill.
worry about like Shoot to Kill. A good, fucking, solid, late 80s actioner.
Hell yeah. I've got some fun notes. Do you have anything?
Not a lot, actually. Okay. But tell me what you got.
Okay.
I don't feel anything.
This has an alternate title. Mm-hmm. In the Netherlands and the UK, it was released as Deadly Pursuit.
Yeah, I couldn't find a reason why.
Apparently, there was a massacre that had happened in Hungerford, which is in Berkshire, England. A dude had gone on a shooting rampage and killed about a dozen people and injured several others.
So they wanted to avoid the word shoot.
And they didn't want to have the word shoot in the title. The original title, when they were doing the script, was The Mountain Kings.
Yeah.
It's not a good title.
No, I think it was just like a working title or something, though.
His first acting role in 11 years, you had already mentioned that. Mm-hmm. But it's also his first and only R-rated film where he was the headlining star.
That's fun. Cool. Interesting.
Let's see. This is like a fun little technical thing. During the ferry boat confrontation, there's a great shot where he's like, Stanton's aiming the handgun and like preparing to fire.
Yeah.
And he's using his left eye. So Sidney Poitier is strongly left eye dominant, but he is right-handed, which is a rare thing when you're shooting a gun called cross-eye dominant.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah. So his primary is like his left eye, but then he has to shoot with his right hand.
I'm just realizing, well, I'm that way now because my right right eye is kind of messed up. Mm-hmm. So if I'm shooting, I have to aim through my left hand, but I'm my left eye, but I'm right-handed.
Oh, so there you are also cross-eye dominant.
Yeah, interesting.
Just some general gear porn we can get into. Stanton carries a Smith & Wesson 586 357 Magnum.
Classic.
Common handgun for special agents in the FBI in the 80s and early 90s.
Cannot go wrong with 357.
Knox has a hunting rifle that he brings with him. It's a Marlin Model 336 lever action rifle. It's also got a scope attached to it.
Yeah.
It's fun.
And Steve's guns are standard 911 semi-automatic 9mm.
Yep. Kirstie Alley, she's also a hostage in Runaway from 1984. And in this film, at the same location, Robson Square in Vancouver. In Runaway, she was exchanged for a hostage at an outdoor restaurant that was on top of the waterfall at the square.
That's hilarious.
And so in this one, she's inside the waterfall.
It was the same location?
The same location, yeah.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen Runaway in forever. Now I want to watch it. Just to... And she died in that one, too, though.
Yeah, so it's funny. So we have, like, that's the same, and then you have the first blood spot in the wilderness.
That's hilarious. That's so funny.
A lot of fun little connections. The theatrical trailer has some shots and scenes that they didn't put in the final cut. There's a scene of Stanton looking sheepishly at the battery-powered socks whenever they get thrown away. Like he's embarrassed.
Kind of wish they kept that. That's a funny beat.
There's an alternate shot of Steve forcing Harvey to jump at gunpoint, and it's framed in a way that you don't see his face to keep the killer hidden.
Right.
And just in general, they never even show Steve's face in the trailer to keep that element out.
Yeah.
And last thing, I thought this was super fun. The plot of this movie was reused as an episode in MacGyver. Season 4, episode 15, The Invisible Killer. Mac is trying to unmask an escaped convict on a scenic hike. And it aired only about a year after this film came out. So clearly it made an impression with someone.
Interesting, yeah. And if you're going to steal it, may as well steal from something good, right?
Sure. And then the film had a $15 million budget. It grossed about $29.3 million.
Yeah.
Not a huge success, but...
It was pretty popular on VHS, though.
I can see that.
It made some money there, and also it was, like, on TV quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you hit
How did you come by it?
VHS.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a rental?
It was a family rental, family movie night.
Good family movie night.
Yeah, no, it was the 80s. We were spoiled.
My mom does not often listen to our show, but she does always ask me what we're doing. And takes an interest in that. She had seen this.
Okay.
She rented it with my dad and watched it when I was like, I think 2 years old. I obviously had no idea what was going on or watched it, but they watched it. Because as I was describing it, she took over and started telling me the plot, and I was like, oh, okay. Yeah,
That's it.
You've seen it.
Yeah. And this is a...
And she wants to share. I'll pass it along.
Oh, yeah.
She loves Sidney Poitier. She thinks he's a great actor.
Awesome. Yeah. Hell yeah. And this is a quintessential dad movie.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I myself am not a dad, but I love dad movies. I'm all about them. But yeah, my dad and I
the whole
both,
like wilderness trekking survivalist thing.
it's got everything. Yeah. This is right up my dad's alley because he's that kind of a dude. But no, this is the type of movie that we could watch together and just have a great time.
Amazing. Any other fun notes, facts?
No, I think you hit everything.
Cool.
Again, this is a kind of a criminally underrated movie. It does not have a Blu-ray release.
It's insane to me.
No one really seems to ever talk about it. You never see it listed on any like best action movies or hidden gems of the 80s or any lists like that. It definitely needs more love. I think we definitely need a Blu-ray release.
For sure. I wonder what its rights situation is.
It's probably just one of those movies no one cares about.
Probably so.
And there's so many like that are just forgotten. It's sad, but yeah, it needs to be seen. But I couldn't find a whole lot of trivia about it. There's not a lot out there. I don't know if the DVD has a commentary or not. That would be interesting to listen to, but
that would be cool. All right, well, listen up, boutique labels. This is your call to action. License this film
for real. I mean, it's not very much. It's like $7 for the DVD. Let's see. I don't see anything about a commentary though. It's probably one of those bare bones DVDs that came out back in the day, where special features are trailer, production stills, that kind of thing.
Cool.
So, you had never seen this before.
I had not.
I guess you probably haven't heard of it before.
I had not.
What's your take on it? What do you think about it?
I was wary going in because I was like, what's this weird BS that Jason's subjecting me to?
You say that every time.
As I often do when you suggest a film. Every other time we do an episode.
Yeah.
But no, I was just like, whatever, go in, put it on. Immediately, I think it just hooks you so well with like this setup of this FBI standoff and this unhinged killer who's like thwarting them. And again, like I said, when it transitioned to now we're going to do this like wilderness survival thing, I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm still into this.
Yeah.
But I think the second you get the setup and you get the dynamic of you got these two dudes, they're so different from one another, but they have to work together. And then on the other side, you have Sarah and these 5 people, and one of them is a killer, and they don't know it in their midst. That's such an engaging and like drawing in plot beat that like I was so hooked. I was just like ready to see how it unfolded. And,
nice.
And every little thing I was looking, I was like, who's the killer? I'm like, wait, all these people are villains. It could be any of them. They're fucking with me.
Right.
And I really thought it was the dude who has like the big mustache. That's the one she carries across first on the. Like I really thought it was going to be him. It just seemed like he was the one that had the least experience with the outdoors, which tracked with he was like an unhinged killer guy, and he seemed a little apart always from the rest of the group.
Right.
So it really pulled me in that direction.
That's fun.
So then when they got the actual twist of who it is, I was like, oh shit. Yeah. Okay.
It was so long ago, I can't remember what my thoughts were when I saw it. I was probably just not even trying to figure out who it was and just going along with it.
But it's great, and like it really endears you to the characters. All the performances are just fucking amazing across the board.
Oh yeah.
And then the fact that it like sandwiches the story, so like at the end you're back into like big city urban environment.
Yeah.
And doing like the FBI procedural thing. And the fact that Knox gets to see that side too, so it's like they both understand each other. They've both seen the world they work in, and their expertise in it, and have this respect for one another.
Right.
It's just a damn good movie, man. And I gave it 4 stars.
Awesome.
I really don't know why I didn't go to 5. I guess it just didn't like. I don't think this is one I would just constantly go back to.
Yeah, no,
but it is so good. But still, like,
right. There is something keeping it from being a classic. I'm not exactly sure what that is either.
It's lacking something that I don't know.
Something with the French call. I don't know a lot.
But yeah, solid 4-star, great fucking action film. It's criminal that this isn't like on a streaming platform and with a Blu-ray, and it just reminds you that even as far as we've come, there's still so many films that fall through the cracks.
So many.
And that's why we do this. That's why we chase the dragon.
Damn right.
What are your thoughts on this film?
Yeah, well, I hadn't seen this since the 80s, probably. You know, maybe early 90s. I watched it again at some point.
Sure.
So it's been a long time. But it's one of those movies that always stuck in my head. It's just one of those fun 80s actioners.
Hell yeah.
I love how it has so many different genres. Yeah, because it starts off like a crime drama, and it becomes survival wilderness, and it's almost Hitchcockian, with you don't know who the killer is. And any one of these things could have been its own movie.
Yeah, that could be the whole film itself.
Yeah.
But yet it is those and all together encompassing.
And maybe that's what's keeping it from being a real classic, is maybe if it just was one of those movies, and they could have concentrated on that more, maybe it would have stuck with more people. I don't know. But I like how it's kind of a chameleon. I like
makes it very unique.
Yeah, right. Even when the thunderstorm, the snowstorm comes in, we get kind of a change of scenery. Even out in the wilderness, you know, it becomes almost a different movie. Sidney Poitier is great. He's funny, so much gravitas. He completely gets the assignment. Berenger's good. He had done Platoon before this, playing Sergeant Barnes, who was the fucking evil one in that one. So he could play a bad guy, he could play a good guy. He's good at doing both.
And it's cool to watch his transformation toward Stanton, how he's so opposed to him at first, and then he slowly comes to respect him.
But again, you also have to give the movie credit for, because it could have gone the racist route or something.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't need to. There's some subtext there, but you never really get the impression that Knox has a problem with Stanton because he's black.
Right.
He's got a problem with him because this isn't his world.
Right.
You know?
He's a city folk.
And he's going to only, make Knox follow the rules to save his girlfriend, then he doesn't want to follow those rules.
Right. He wants to do whatever it takes.
Right.
And then, so instead, as far as like the racist angle, like we just get that joke with the bear, which I think is enough said.
Yeah, exactly. That's no need to put a hat on a hat, you know. Kirstie Alley is great. I kind of wish she got to do more.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because again, that could have been the whole movie. Just her and Clancy Brown, you know, and her outsmarting them and shit. That if we get some of that, it could have been a whole movie. And of course, Clancy Brown's always great. I love Clancy Brown. It's good to see Andy Robinson. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it held up for me pretty well. I found it very watchable.
Would you rate it?
I would give it... I'm right there with you at 4.
4?
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a solid 4, for sure.
Yeah, if you dig action films, especially if you like 80s action films, I think anyone would really love it.
It the whole wilderness part just took me back to my days in Boy Scouts, and
I can't imagine you being a Boy Scout.
Also, media which was required reading, of course, for a Boy Scout. Gary Paulson's The Hatchet A seminal work of literature about a young boy surviving in the wilderness with only a hatchet.
Oh,
I
okay.
think it also has a movie that's kind of low budget and not that great.
Something about Victor Crowley. I don't know what that is.
That's
That's
a
the wrong,
different one.
different hatchet?
Different one.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. I'm really glad you liked it because I was worried.
I was impressed.
I never really
impressed.
know with some of my picks if he's going to hate it or love it. So I am relieved and happy.
Cool.
I guess next is your pick.
It is my pick next.
Do you know what you're doing?
I have fun news I want to talk about, but we'll save that for the very end, I think, so people can just check out if they don't care to know or want to hear about it. Where are we going next? I want more crime stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I was wanting. That's what I was feeling in my heart after I watched Shoot to Kill. I was like, I want more guns. I want more action.
Okay.
But also Miss Japan.
Ah.
So, I'm cycling us back to something that I guess has been on the periphery of this show, but it's a thing that we did before we started recording.
Sure.
And I want to now bring it into the show proper so that we can talk about one of my favorite Japanese actors, Mr. Chipmunk Face himself, Joe Shishido,
Okay.
which has numerous films that he's been in we could talk about. But I have selected for us to discuss from 1967, the Japanese Yakuza film directed by Takashi Nomura for the Nakatsu Corporation, our lords and saviors that we speak of often.
Yes.
A Cult is My Passport.
What is it called?
A Cult is My Passport.
A Cult is My Passport? Mm-hmm. That's an interesting title.
Very simple synopsis. A gang lord hires assassin Kamimura to take out a rival boss who's gotten too greedy, and he becomes wrapped up in the feud between both lords.
Okay. And is it streaming anywhere?
So it is not really streaming anywhere. I think it's on the Criterion channel currently, which is a little niche. You don't have to worry, Jason, because my mistakes are your gain.
Oh, look at this.
New Wave Video. One of my favorite recent labels that is doing a lot of Japanese cinema licensed and released this, and in error, I have double dipped and purchased it twice.
Oh, no.
And because I own all of their films, I had nothing I could return it to exchange for.
Ah.
And I've now been stuck with it, and it shall become your copy.
Oh, how beautiful. Yes, I'm looking at a Blu-ray of the
So
film
that
right
we can
now.
discuss this film and talk about it
Okay.
together.
All right, cool. Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yes.
That makes it easier to watch this time.
My mistake is your benefit.
Very cool. Is there anywhere that our listeners could watch it?
Criterion Channel is the only place that's got it right now. I did see there were some wayward uploads on places like YouTube and Internet Archive and stuff like that. If you want to get a little sketchy with it, I don't think in the U.S. it's licensed for anything. So,
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair game.
New Wave Video is an Australian label,
Ah.
and all their stuff is region free. So,
Very cool.
we'll talk more about them next time because I'm really jazzed on everything they're doing.
All right.
But yeah, cool like Yakuza assassin crime thriller.
I'm down. Sounds good.
We'll get into that next time.
Well, thank you for the gift.
Go back to our old stomping grounds.
Yeah.
The Yakuza flick. Now, if you want to just cut out now, now's a good time to cut out. Otherwise, we're going to talk about some recent news that I thought was amusing or warranted us speaking of for a few moments. And I think where I want to start is the death of physical media. The fuck's going on? It's all dying, man. Things that have happened. Sony no longer wants to make physical video games.
Right.
Also wants to ramp down their Blu-ray production.
Yeah.
They are the ones that made and created Blu-ray, which is a very, very dangerous prospect. Other things that have happened. There was recently a thing about someone, they bought like the entire Lord of the Rings extended edition trilogy through, I think, like the PlayStation like movie buying platform thing that they had.
Oh, and they're losing it.
And they lost the rights to it, so he went onto his account and they were gone. And he was like, yo, what's up? And they're like, hey, we lost the license to this and didn't renew it, so you don't have those anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that we've been saying about...
And then he was like, cool, man, give me a refund. And then they're like, no, you've owned this for like years. We're not going to give you your money back.
Yeah, right. And that's what everyone's always cautioned against buying a digital version of something.
Right.
That is on someone's server you don't have access to. You don't actually own the file yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to lose it.
And it's going to happen more, I think, as we go forward into this, the dark new world.
Absolutely it is. And that's where they want it. They want to be able to control everything.
So just as a reminder, support physical media. It is your friend.
I think there will always be boutiques.
Oh, yeah.
Just like we've got vinyl again, and
It'll always have that niche collector thing.
it'll get more expensive,
which sucks.
and there won't be as many different movies released in the physical format. It will exist in some format, but no, you're right. This is bad. This is not good.
Sucks. Speaking of things that suck, I'm going to save the funniest one for last. AI infecting shit. It's another thing that's a bane of our existence. Eli Roth. Have you seen about this?
I've heard a little bit about it,
Yeah.
but I just have not been there.
Dropped his new movie, The Ice Cream Man. Trailer seemed kind of fun.
Yeah.
I was maybe going to go see it, but then quickly stopped as...
It's getting pretty bad reviews.
It's getting terrible reviews, and it came out that there's apparently like an animated segment in the middle of the film for like a minute or two, and he had hyped the fuck out of this that he made it himself and did like hand-drawn animation and shit.
Really?
And now that the movie's out, it turns out that it's AI generated, and he like tried to do a weird backpedal where he was like, "Oh, I don't know what I was saying. I always meant to mention that we used AI. It just helped me realize my vision.
That's stupid.
Because I'm trying to go like low budget outside of Hollywood because they don't support the kind of movies I want to make."
Don't say you made it. If you're going to use it, at least say, "Yeah, I used AI. Suck it."
Yeah, I know.
Don't say, "Oh, I did it." Oh wait, no, not really.
Yeah, the weird like backpedaling shit.
I typed the prompts. I'm an artist. I typed the prompts.
And then the fucking discussion on the film is like a wasteland to walk into because obviously a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's not great." I also I want to feel bad for him. I don't know if I do because he's getting dragged a lot for like there's some like spicy content, I guess, in the film. And so now people are being like, "Oh, he's this weird pervert that like pedophile guy."
First of all, there should be spicy content in horror movies. It should challenge you. It's okay.
And I'm like, this Eli Roth has always made movies that are very crude.
Yeah.
That's just what he does. Like, don't hate him on that.
There's a place for that,
Yeah.
especially in horror. Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah.
That's dumb.
So it's just a weird. And then in the middle of it all, you've got the AI culture war going on. So like every few comments, you see someone say like, "Oh, all these idiots aren't going to see it because it's got like a minute of AI footage. Bunch of losers. Oh, we're going to go back to horse-drawn carriages." It's just technology, man.
Right.
I'm like, but no, though.
Well, it's also got to be good to make me want to see it.
Yeah. that usually helps when a film is good.
Because let's face it, there's going to be AI in every movie. We won't know it. We won't be able to see it. It's going to get to that point,
And I'm glad you bring that up because that gets into my next bit of news.
Yeah.
But just to wrap up on that, I feel bad about it. I'm probably not going to watch it now because I already didn't really have that much desire, and I don't want to support AI use. But
I'll check it out when it's streaming for free somewhere, just because. But yeah.
Yeah, I guess I've always cheered for Eli Roth because I feel like his heart was in the right place, and now I'm not so sure.
I used to be, I wouldn't say a fan, but I used to like his stuff quite a bit. But
I'm very glad we did Knock Knock when we did.
Yeah.
before this.
But even like Thanksgiving, I didn't really care for that much.
It just wasn't the hype that the trailer was.
Right.
Anyways, speaking of AI and not knowing it, more drama with the Supergirl movie as if it couldn't catch a break.
Uh-oh.
Have you seen this? Yeah, they shared like a behind-the-scenes teaser on YouTube and was like talking about the creation process of stuff. And unknowingly to them, in the background of the footage they shared, one of like the people on the staff was using an AI to generate images of Jason Momoa as Lobo as, I guess, like concept art to do the makeup. And people started pointing that out, and then they took the video down and have now tried to hide the fact.
Right.
So that's not to say that there's AI in the movie,
Yeah.
but apparently there was some used in like the early design process.
Instead of an artist doing
Yeah.
a sketch,
Yeah.
like concept design.
So as if that movie wasn't already very hated, now it's got this against it.
Yeah.
Which is bad time. Bad time to be a DC fan, I guess.
Yeah. Although honestly, that sort of thing, it's annoying, but it doesn't. I don't know. If it's the artist doing it just to save time, but the same artist is the one that's actually creating the makeup and applying it, I'm not going to get my panties in a wad about that. But if it's someone cutting out a concept artist.
I mean, they probably did.
That's what aggrieves me. You know, that's not cool.
We'll never know because I bet they'll never talk more about it now.
No, fuck no.
But I have to imagine there was probably a concept artist that didn't get a job so that they could run Jason Momoa through Grok like 50,000 times.
They probably saved like, $40 or something.
Yeah.
And the bean counters, that means something. It's just.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where things go.
Which I've heard too, like, apparently a lot of the Marvel films of late have also had kind of behind the scenes used AI for like concept stuff and shit.
Dude, all of them will.
And we just don't know because they're not.
The corporations want nothing more than to replace as many people as possible with AI, and they just want us to sit back and buy all their shit. That's it. Just shut up and buy our shit.
They're gonna like fine tune the level of like where is it acceptable, where they stop complaining and just consume.
Yeah. About to find fucking out, man. That's all I gotta say. They're about to find fucking out.
Cool. I wanted to circle back to one of our favorite topics on genre exposure, which is questionable filmmaker Steve Walsh.
Oh, Jesus.
I wanted to talk about this like a few episodes ago, but then like...
Do we need like a genre exposure news channel or something?
I mean, we could if we had the time, but
Go
we
ahead,
don't,
go
so
ahead.
it's all here. He's recently been doing a revival of the Return of the Living Dead franchise. Allegedly, he obtained the rights to.
Allegedly.
There's a teaser out there. I'm sure you've seen it. It's the tar man in the snow.
Yeah, like a €2 teaser.
Dragging the tree. It was supposed to come out later this year, apparently.
A tree on a very long extension cord.
And like, God, it was like, what, 2 or 3 months ago, randomly out of nowhere, Linnea Quigley had posted something on social media about like him being a fraud and that this film was a scam and like not to trust him at all.
Right.
And I was like, whoa, this is crazy. We got to talk about this. And then she took the post down.
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, there's like maybe legal shit going on about this. We probably shouldn't discuss it.
Right.
Well, now it's all leaked out in the open, so we can talk about it. There's this whole big drama about the control of the Return of the Living Dead franchise. And allegedly, as far as we knew for like the last few years, is somehow Steve Walsh got the rights to it, was going to be like merchandising it heavily, and it's all building up to a big film like reboot sequel type thing, picking up from the first film in some way and going on.
A stealth Fog City sequel.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe that's what he can do now with his film that he shot, if he even shot it.
God.
Just strip out all the licensing and make it Fog City 2.
God, that movie sucks.
Fog Harder.
Fog Harder.
But yeah, so they literally, like, the cast of the first film, like, got taken to court by him over, like, shit with this. Because he started a whole LLC, Living Dead LLC, which his goal was to, like, market and do everything for the franchise. And we've had all kinds of merch the last few years for Return of the Living Dead. We've had like 2 different new comic books come out. We've had toys, action figures. We've had T-shirts. Like I was looking at the list of companies they've done merch with, and it's like fucking like NECA, Funko.
Yeah.
One of the big shirt people. I don't know if it was Cavity Color or Fright Rags or Paul Bear. One of the big like horror shirt people.
Right.
So much merch, all of it, all of the original film, all of the original cast members. And so at a point they were like, yo, we're not getting any money for any of this shit. What's going on?
Yeah.
And yeah, so it went to court, and kind of what came out about it is he acquired something. I don't know if it was like an original script or what, but in whatever capacity that he got it, he assumed that meant he controlled everything with the franchise and just went like gun-ho into this LLC and doing all these licensing deals and shit in this new movie. And meanwhile, the original cast had been working also on a sequel to the original film.
Right.
And then they're kind of like, what the fuck? And then he's like, what the fuck?
Well, is it like a mistake on his part? Is it just carelessness, or was it like malicious?
So I'll link. There's like a podcast that broke it down. Not my kind of show. They were very excitable, and it took like 14 minutes to give 5 minutes of information. But
right.
For people that want more detailed information, I'll put you a path to find out about it.
Yeah.
But it went to a judge, and basically what this judge determined was that he owns like nothing to do with the films or the likenesses of the characters.
Yeah.
He has the right to merchandise it for shit like, it was just weird shit like fucking like coffees or like beverage drinks and like some other random like ancillary shit.
Okay.
And
I just wonder if it was like him just not being savvy enough, or if it's like more insidious than that.
And basically, like the actual film rights sit with MGM, which I guess are now owned by
who the fuck knows?
Someone.
It's all gonna be owned by one
Paramount,
corporation
Disney.
in 5
One of the
years.
bigger ones required MGM and all their shit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Amazon has it.
Amazon, yeah, it is Amazon, yeah. So now it's sitting with them, and this isn't like a confirmed thing, but I saw people theorizing that they were kind of like, this all happened like during the acquisition of MGM, so I think it kind of just like flew under the radar.
Right.
Amazon doesn't know what the fuck they own or control at this point. They're so big.
Right. Yeah.
And who cares about Return of the Living Dead other than us horror fans?
They don't know what the fuck that is.
So for years now, he's just been licensing and merchandising this film franchise that's like popular and beloved.
I just wonder if there's like malfeasance or if it's just.
And I can't imagine there's going to be some more lawsuits because
yeah,
I'm pretty sure now all those companies have to like cancel that shit and not sell it because they don't really have the rights to it.
Plus, he might get sued or something.
Yeah. So
interesting.
Insane. I think that means he's probably done making movies, if I had to imagine, but
I don't know.
You never know.
Don't be too surprised.
He did fund 3 films through Kickstarter alone, so...
Who keeps giving this guy money?
Well, Jason, you're kind of sitting across from one.
I know. I know.
It's not fun anymore, is what I want to say. It was fun when
Yeah.
he was kind of this like rude, dumpy guy who just was like, I want to make movies with blood and tits in them and cast hot women and
Right.
do cool, awesome kill effects and all practical in the camera.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
And then all his movies sucked, but I was like, whatever, this is fun and I like your gumption, kid. And now it's just sad and
Yeah.
and way too serious.
Now it's just like you feel like you're getting ripped off. Like it's just another fucking, thief out there.
So who knows where that will go, but I'm sure we'll watch and find out, and it'll be interesting.
Yeah, to say the least.
And maybe one way or another, by hook or crook, we'll get another Return of the Living Dead film.
If nothing else, this debacle might make an interesting documentary one day.
Yeah, I could see that.
They'll probably make and profit off of.
The Steve Walsh story.
Still by Steve Walsh.
Directed by Steve Walsh, starring Steve Walsh, written by Steve Walsh.
Funded by Kickstarter.
And speaking then of final bit of news, the things that are sad and pathetic. I don't know how else to tell you this, Jason, but Spider-1's coming for you.
Oh God, yes.
Have you seen this, his new movie?
Yeah.
So notably, was it last year? It was last year.
He listened to our pod and got pissed off. Dude, I would love if that actually happened. I would be so happy.
That would be time to retire. Retire when we're at the top of our game.
Yeah.
But no. So we recovered. What was it Bury the Bride?
Yes.
I was so excited for it because I love Spider-1. I love Power Man 5000. It ended up being not a very great movie.
It was god awful, man.
It was really bad.
Sorry, it was god awful.
You savaged it deeply.
I did, rightly so.
And then I was super amused because they announced a new film from him. And I saw it in this Fango article, and I sent it to you because it was so fucking funny. The movie is about, like, this dude who makes movies that are horror films that are low budget, and he has been savaged by, like, basement-dwelling, angry podcasters that don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
That are so mean they've given him a complex.
Yes.
Which has then led to him to make a new film called Big Baby, which is also the name of this movie. Because it's about like a slasher villain, I guess it's a big baby.
It's very meta.
And it's like about him criticizing them for criticizing him by killing them in the film, and spirals out of control. So it was very funny, just in general on that premise alone. But then also because of the whole like, oh, they hate my movie and they're making fun of me, which I did a little checking because I was curious, and I don't think anyone's been very kind to many of his films.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you make shitty movies.
Outside of like big news outlets, which are dubious anyways to start with.
Yeah.
So I just think it's so funny, and it probably has nothing to do with us, but I just if it was, it would just be so funny. But the other funny thing was that article, the Fango article.
The article's funnier than the movie.
I'll put it in the show notes, and you can go read it and see for yourself. But this person that wrote this had just the most vile, wretched hatred of podcasters.
Yeah.
And used the idea of this film to just fucking give this rant.
Yeah.
About how, like, some people's opinions don't need to be heard and all this other shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn, who hurt you?
Seriously. I'm sorry, Fangoria contributor.
Oh, man. I had a nice long laugh about it.
It was pretty good.
You know, I'd like to think it's not us because we at least try to justify our positions, but damn.
Yeah.
It was funny.
That's hilarious.
And I don't know if there's a trailer, but if there is, I'll put it in the show notes.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be.
I mean, we'll have to watch it when it
We'll
comes
have to
out.
watch it.
We'll have to do it.
We'll have to.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. It's like Thanos. It's coming.
Nice.
And that's all my depressing news, I think.
Well, we do have other depressing news we didn't mention.
Oh, okay. What else?
We didn't mention the passing of Sam Neill
Oh, very sad.
on the pod. It was
One of the greatest.
one of the greatest. I mean, Possession and Event Horizon and The Mouth of Madness alone. Omen 3. I mean, he contributed a lot to horror films.
He slays it and everything.
It's great. He'll be missed. And also Reggie Bannister passed away.
Big up to Reg.
And he's one of the best too. One of the most fun convention guests I've ever had the pleasure of meeting.
I saw it from like the post that Don Coscarelli made about it. And it was like so long and sad. Just him like pouring his heart out about it.
I mean, I think he was a genuinely cool guy because he literally just talked to me and my friends for like 15 minutes. I mean, we were just like hanging out, and it wasn't bullshit. I mean, I think he was genuinely interested in talking to us and hearing about us, and
Yeah, he's great.
He's just a really cool dude.
And I know that last Phantasm film is people are pretty sketchy on, but I think it's like a great like end and a send off.
Yeah,
and that whole angle of the plot where it's like they're getting older and
right,
they're not like these heroic characters anymore, and
yeah.
They're dealing with all those late stage life things where your memory is getting questionable, your kind of consciousness and everything else. To like make a story that's about that and kind of give them this cool like send off with like the adventure will always go on sort of thing.
I might go back and watch that. It'd be in a different light this time. So.
I remember it really like touched me in my heart when I watched it the first time, and I think now it would get me again good.
Yeah, so our condolences to his family and friends, and he will be missed.
Anything else?
No, I think that's all the depressing stuff right now.
Let me end us on a funny note then.
Okay, yeah.
Bruce Campbell did an interview where he talked about the newer Evil Dead films. Have you seen this?
I don't think I have.
Okay, so he said that he's glad people enjoy them. They're not really the kind of thing he would want them to be. And
amen, Bruce.
These were his criticisms. He had three main things. Number one, he wants there to be more color.
Yeah,
he says
thank you.
Since the remake and then Burn and Rise, they're too dark, need more color in there.
Yeah, this last one shot through a murky fish tank.
And he made the argument that you can have color and it still be scary.
Maybe even more so. Look at Suspiria.
Number two, needs to be funnier. Got to have the humor. The humor leveling the horror is always like a key thing to him.
Even if
Evil
it's
Dead.
dark humor, yeah.
And there's just not enough of it.
Agreed.
And then number three, and I think this one's the most important, you need a leading character that you root for.
Yep.
That you love.
Thank you.
And you want to see them pull through it.
Dude, Bruce, of course he knows. He's the fucking expert. But dude, he's nailed it on the head.
Yeah.
Those are the same things I have been fucking saying about these new movies.
And I like the newer ones too, but it's like, still, they could
be anything.
Yeah.
They're not Evil Dead. Because he's right. Those are the elements that make Evil Dead Evil Dead. Mm-hmm. I mean, plus Sam Raimi, I would argue. But, yeah, he's absolutely right. He's a wise man.
Love him.
Yep, he's the best.
Okay, well, that was a fun whirlwind tour of weird news that's gone on in film-related things that we care about.
All right.
To come in next time, we'll be talking about A Cult Is My Passport. We'll be talking about one of the coolest Japanese actors of all time, Joe Shishido.
Yeah.
And getting into some Yakuza goodness.
All right. Can't wait.
Hit us up on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. Email us at genreexposure@gmail.com. Let us know what you've been watching. Have you seen Shoot to Kill? You got any thoughts about it? Share them with us. We always love to hear it. Send us any movie recommendations you have, things that you think we should check out and get into. More obscure films by directors that we can shit on and then make them make a movie about killing podcasters.
Yes.
Anything. We'll pepper them in as we go.
Oh, yeah.
We're currently sitting on a lot of depressing ones, so we've not been doing them really.
I think it's about time.
It's getting there, though.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely, the spooky season approaches.
Ooh.
And we prepare ourselves properly.
Yeah.
In ritual.
Damn right.
All that being said, you have been listening to Genre Exposure.
Bye, everyone.
Take care.
You're listening to the Prescribed Films Podcast Network, home to hundreds of hours of free podcast entertainment. The shows on this network all have a common goal, providing you with the best discussions about movies and other forms of entertainment media. The PFPN hopes to fill your earholes with audio joy. Visit our website with links to all the other amazing shows at www.thepfpn.com. Thanks for listening.